Hello, this is Bill Colodzi. Welcome to a Vintage Cube Online, where we open a pretty sweet pack. We've got Emrakul here. He's a fun one, or she's a fun one to try to make work. Looks like the pick, there's nothing, this is a powered cube, so there's Power 9, you've got Mind Twist, Mana Drain. There's some really sweet ones, Mana Crypt, that help you get way ahead of the curve. But yeah, also you just want to let yourself set up some combos that win pretty easily. So there's a couple ways to get Emrakul into play cheap, and we'll keep an eye out for those. What else is here? Lightning Bolt is efficient. Gideon Jura is a nice planeswalker. Jite is still pretty good, even in Vintage Cube, and the lands are always nice. Ooh, Jace, yeah. Or Emrakul's brother here, Ulamog, the new version. Still pretty good. Probably has to be Jace. I mean, Shelldock Isle is a nice way to trick Emrakul into play, but I don't think it's quite as powerful as the three options here. Jace, Library of Alexandria, which is a nice one. And if you do find a combo with Emrakul, getting this early helps you find that. So yeah, this one's pretty tough. I like Ulamog. I think Jace and Library are both better, and I'll take Jace. Nice and iconic. Ooh, Karn here. Yeah, that's another nice one, and I think it's pretty easy. There's an argument for Golgari Signet, and if it was a blue Signet, I'd be more tempted, but it is not. So yeah, let's take Karn, and then maybe if we can pick up the card Channel, we've got two great turn 1 plays, or turn 2, or whatever it happens to be. Okay, Hedron Archive. This does set up a turn 5 Karn. There's also Tropical Island and Underground Sea. It's likely that we get into some kind of ramp deck with this stuff going on here. Tropical Island does a couple things. It makes Channel easier in a deck where we play Jace. And Hedron Archive isn't premium. I mean, it's okay, but there are better versions of this. So I think I'm going to take a land here. Elvish Mystic Swords is nice. The real question is between Tropical Island and Underground Sea. And I do like the color green. I mean, black is fine, but... Alright, what do we have here? Lotus Cobra and Kozilek. Draw 4 cards. That's fine. It's not super exciting. Maybe Lotus Cobra is just going to be the pick here. Ooh, that's tough, though. We could take Kozilek and just pick all the combination pieces, like try to assemble all 3 Titans or something. And we're not sure we're in green anyway. Yeah, I'll do that. We could be like a red sneak attack deck and make that work. Okay, Nicol Bolas, Progenitus. You can just assume we're going to get the card Eureka, although that's a little bit weak. But cheating cards into play is a good way to win this, because some of these cards are just so powerful when you get them into play when you shouldn't. Sword of Fire and Ice might be the best card in this pack. It's the swords are all pretty good, but this one is especially good. This and Body and Mind. They both do their stuff. And Search for Tomorrow is interesting. But we don't have any creatures yet that like hold the Sword of Fire and Ice well. I'm just going to take Progenitus and see if we can get some kind of crazy deck going. Alright, finally, looks like we're forced to take a card that might do something in our deck right now, which is Birds of Paradise. It does help get out a, ramps up to 3. Cast things a little earlier. Harmonize is fine. Garruk might actually save this kind of deck here. Pretty good ramp. I'm glad it's coming this late because it is a nice one. The big thing being untapped 2-target lands. If you're low to the ground, you have a lot of early creatures. Plussing and then ultimating -4 for an overrun is strong. It's even possible that we have to give up these the top end here in this deck. But I would love to get a Eureka or Tooth and Nail or some way to cheat these guys into play. They are powerful. Even, yeah, I guess Sneak Attack is okay. Sneak Attack is much worse with Progenitus. You really want to stick this guy on the field, otherwise doing 10 damage to them and then having to sacrifice it is not as good. Traverse? Alright, well, Delirium is kind of reliable in this format, but if not, you just want land anyway. It's something to do turn 1. We don't have much to do. I like it better than the rest of this stuff right now. Gideon's pretty late. Regrowth. Smash. Doesn't hit any of our stuff, but this is a very good card. Pernicious Deed. The Needle. The Needle is decent, but I'll just take Regrowth. Genesis Wave. The problem with the ramp deck is like you can either do something big or Genesis Wave, but usually not both. You just have to have a lot of good stuff in your deck. Like even Karn is small enough for Genesis Wave to work, but the rest of this might just have to be the pick anyway. Monocolored creature that doesn't hit us too hard. I'll take Genesis Wave. Beast Within. Some nice mono white and mono red cards here, but Beast Within is pretty good. Burning and High Tide. High Tide is more of a storm card, but maybe we can make it work. And Declaration actually hits some of our stuff. So we can try to cut that. Yeah, now we're looking to open Channel, or pretty much any of the power, except Time Twister. Alright, no power in this pack, but Primeval Titan. It's kind of reasonable to play this, attack a few turns, and then play Kozilek or something. I could see that being good. Garruk is okay. Snapcaster. Wooded Foothills might be the second best card for us here, but I do like Primeval Titan. Oh, this is one of my favorites in the cube, or any cube really, is Ashiok. 3 mana, and then it's so hard to deal with. And it just wins in multiple ways. In a 40-card deck, you know, milling 3 every turn, that's like, yeah, well, that's like 4 cards every turn because they have to draw a card. You've only got 30 or so cards left in your deck. Well, enough about that. What should we pick here? Because I don't think it will be the Ashiok. It could be Elves of Deep Shadow. It could be Ralzeric. It does kind of a bad impression of Garruk by untapping a permanent. I might just take this Ashiok. We could be Sultai, and I really do like the effect. Nothing else here is that exciting. Elish Norn is fine, but that's also splashing. Elves is fine, but it's not the best version of the Elves if you're not in green or blue. Or black, sorry. Yeah, I'll take Ashiok. I do like it that much. Terastodon, Green Sun Zenith, Polluted Delta. Now that we have Ashiok, I do like Polluted Delta. It does find Tropical Island. Nothing else here is like that good. Mental Misstep. I don't mind this effect. It's dead against some decks, but sometimes it's incredibly strong if it counters a Soul Ring or Ancestral Recall. Pretty amazing out of the sideboard. Deranged Hermit is good. If we knew we would get opposition, maybe that'll wheel. Ah, it's also pretty good with Gaia's Cradle, which I might take here. It doesn't do much yet. There's also Sower of Temptation, which is pretty good. It doesn't do much yet, but we could easily set it up so it does work. And nothing else here is too exciting. Vampiric Tutor, pretty good cards for other people. Kiki Jiki, Armageddon, Gideon. Now that we do have Gaia's Cradle, we want to get some creatures. There's this Overgrown Tomb, but more important right now is something like Llanowar Elves to help ramp ramp us into actually doing something. So that is a good one. If it wasn't for that, I would take Overgrown Tomb here. Pretty easy. It's a target for Polluted Delta, helps cast Ashiok. And we might not even play this Ashiok. Don't really have my heart set on it. It was kind of a weak pack. Wall of Roots, that's a nice one. Don't mind picking that up here. Still want that card that makes all this top end worthwhile. Even something like Raphelos would really help get there. Just green ramp deck. If the blue doesn't come together, or the black, we could even drop these two guys, although, man, are they sick. Yeah, Karn's not going anywhere. He's going to be in whatever deck we end up playing. Yeah, just deals with anything. And a lot of times, you'll just plus it. Just plus Karn, even if they have a board presence, because +4, it's just so hard for them to strike back and kill it. And you usually get some value from their hand. Alright, what now? It doesn't look like this pack has much. It does have a Bloodbraid Elf, a Mutavault, and to a lesser extent Kalitas here. They're all okay. I'll just take Bloodbraid Elf in case we find the fixing and end up playing it. Out of this pack, ooh, this is a good pack. We've got Sakura Tribe Elder, well, good for this late. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. It does help Ashiok and Jace. Bayou also helps Ashiok, but the ramp from this is so important, and it's pretty good against aggressive decks. Pride Mage, Exhume, which is not great with our suite of late creatures. Trigon Predator. Of these, it looks like the best and possibly most useful will be the Trigon. Yeah, I'm not too excited about starting it, but I'll keep it there. Villainous Wealth. Elish Norn, Villainous Wealth. Makeshift Mannequin. Oh, that's interesting. Progenitus has a replacement effect, so it never hits your graveyard. But Kozilek and Emrakul, they hit your graveyard instantly, and you can save them with this mannequin. I'm going to try it out. We have enough top end that we don't need the, whatever that card was. Villainous Wealth. Deranged Hermit. Not in, well, actually I'll just take Green Sun Zenith. We could find a couple, like if we get to 7 mana we could get Primeval Titan. Which isn't ridiculous, but usually we could just do a turn to Birds of Paradise or something. Lifebane could be good against us. Nykthos is okay, but we're not really a devotion deck so much as, you know, we'll get a little devotion, but not an insane amount. Godless Shrine. And Scavenging Ooze has some applications for and against us. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. Looks like Mono Red was open. Sometimes it's abundantly clear that very few people are drafting a certain color. Channel, we did it! Wow, we have so many good... Yeah. We have so much to do with Channel. All we need to do now is get past a Mox Emerald, and we'll be in business. That's amazing. Okay, well, clearly the pick here. I mean, if you don't know what this does, you just get to pay life for colorless mana. So you pay this for 2, pay 15 mana, cast Emrakul on turn 2, and all of a sudden you have Emrakul in play. And not to mention taking the extra turn with him. Or Karn, or Kozilek, and it doesn't really matter because that Annihilator keeps them off of more than one land for the rest of the game. Alright, Mishra's Workshop works well with artifacts, but not so well with all our other stuff, which is everything. And Worn Powerstone. Yeah, Worn Powerstone is good. There are those times when we'll just try to be ramping into stuff still. Like, we're not always going to draw our channel. What else is here? I mean, this is a really good one. There's also Lodestone Golem, which is not a bad channel target. Duplicant, which is okay. Tameo is fine. I'm actually kind of tempted by this Tameo. I do like the card. I like the card quite a bit. Yeah, just thinking about this. I mean, what does Worn Power Stone really do for us? Not that much, right? Yeah, I'm going to take Tameo. I'm not positive about that pick, but it seems sometimes you just got to go with your gut. Breeding Pool makes that a little easier to cast. At this point, we kind of need playables. We already have the Tropical Island there. Alright, Acidic Slime is a nice one. We want a few more like little creatures to make this all work out. I'm going to take Arbor Elf here. And I won't be too sad if Acidic Slime and Breeding Pool don't wheel. But maybe one does. So there's that. Without better fixing, I'm not too excited about Mannequin. Oh, what's happening? Lag. Alright. Alright, what do we have here? Fintorn Elves. Yeah, we're getting up to the point where we have some good turn 1 plays. What do I do with this Traverse? Traverse is still there. It's decent. Yeah, 4 is about right. I like Avenger. But I mean, we already have some good stuff to be doing there. And here it is, Eureka. Oh wow, we get both Opposition and Eureka. Opposition has no chance of wheeling, but Eureka does have some chance of wheeling. Gruul Signet is a nice one. Works well with a Bloodbraid Elf in this deck. Oh man, Eureka. The thing is, Opposition is good against us, but Eureka is very bad against us. Ugh. We didn't get the Squirrel card? No. Eureka's more fun, but Opposition is just better, I think. Yeah, I'm going to take Opposition. We've got the Jace anyway. Sort of Body and Mind, but also Nissa. Another tough one. I mean, we are the blue-green deck. I'm just going to take the Sword. It's so good against us. It just kills us. Well, that said, we do have 2 Eldrazi Titans that help us survive the milling. So it could be Nissa here. I mean, that lets us... Wow. Good pack. Another good pack. And it's hard to say what is right to take here. Yeah, shoot. I'll take Sword. Thragtusk through the breach. We don't have red, but I mean, that is a combo with at least 2 of our cards, and even Primeval Titan. Alright, we have Opposition, and that means Edric gets a lot better. How many little guys do we have here? Not that many. It's still probably right, though. I'll take Edric over Courser of Kruphix here. And Wall of Blossoms, for that matter. Although Courser, I mean, Courser is nice. It does have some upside with Primeval Titan and things like that. That makes this pick a bit harder. Edric. Man, I really hope we wheel that Eureka. We're not going to. We're not going to. I just cut this. Come on, what is it? The next pack? Moat? Moat's alright against us. I mean, we only have one condition that really kills it. Nothing else is that good for us. I mean... Okay, Acidic Slime. We do get the card that does kill it. I'll take that. Oh, we didn't get the Eureka back. That's alright. I think this deck is good without it. Caracas is good against us. Oh, we did get it back! I just forgot where it was. This deck's getting absurd. I mean, Eureka works well with opposition. You just put them both into play, put all your creatures, tap your opponent out for the rest of the game. Yeah, I don't like Traverse, although maybe that's okay. And even Nisa comes back. All right, we got everything we wanted. To the extent that I'm not even going to worry about Ashiok. Regrowth, maybe. Beast Within, actually. Cut Beast Within? Is that ridiculous? Or what are we definitely not playing? We could keep Crocus for the sideboard. Probably not Goblin Guide or High Tide. Double black is a little hard. Don't need Bloodbraid. The easiest color to splash is going to be black, because we're pretty much blue-green. Alright, let's take a look at this. A lot of casting cost. Most of this stuff is the same. Progenitus only really works with Eureka. So maybe that's worth a cut, although it still works with Green Sun if we get 11 mana, which isn't ridiculous. We have Gaia's Cradle, which we can untap with Garruk. Channel, well, yeah, Channel works with Green Sun. So the 3-card combo there. I'll keep it in. And Nisa, Acidic Slime is good with Green Sun. Where is that Green Sun? Karn, Eureka, Sword. I like Sword. Trigon Predator, maybe? It is another creature. And sometimes your opponent just has something that you want to shut down. Yeah, we don't have to get too fancy with Ashiok and things. I'll leave those here as a consideration. It's kind of our relevant sideboard up here. But yeah, this stuff is all good. Being a creature is good. And I think 23 is right. If anything, we'd want to play less lands because we have so much of this ramp. But I think 23 is right. So how's it looking? Yeah, the fact that Eureka says permanent, I mean, they printed this card first before Planeswalkers existed, but putting Planeswalkers into play, yeah, that is a good feeling. Alright, let's see what we have for color. We've got 15 green and 5 blue with a lot of double blue. So we want at least 6 blue, I think, but it's going to recommend one of each color because of this Progenitus. So 10-6, maybe 11-7, but we have some fixing. So we'll deal with that. Take out a green for Gaia's Cradle, and then one of each, oops, for these guys. So that's about 7 blue. We don't have Raphellos, so we don't need to be ridiculous. We don't need to go nuts with our green sources, with our forests. And you know what? I'm going to cut one more island for a forest. That just looks a bit better, considering we have so many turn 1 and turn 2 plays with green and double green, and we have a lot of cards that help find and fix for double blue. Even the Arbor Elf works if we find our island somehow. Yeah, so it's possible, if anything, we have too much blue, but I think that's about the right amount. Oh wow, this deck looks pretty fun, I have to say. So yeah, excited to start round 1.